Boom! What's happening, baby? Week 4, TFL, here we are. Before I get started, I just got to get one thing off my chest. How about them boys? Boom, Luke. Yeah, we'll talk about that here in just a minute. But man, lots to talk about. Obviously, hottest topic of conversation right now. Pittsburgh, Tennessee game getting pushed and or postponed at this moment, which I know is about to open a whole can of worms. I'm praying to God that the NFL gets this shit taken care of, because otherwise, if they fumble this, the season's ruined. I just want to be honest. I don't know if y'all think about it at the same magnitude I do. But when I think about the logistics of trying to balance two teams on a bye, imagine if you had 2, 4, 6 and bye week. I have no idea how I play it. I think it'd be an absolute mess. I'm praying to God the NFL doesn't fumble it. In the meantime, it sucks for y'all. The head guys in this game, most notably, I guess, Derrick Henry, Juju, James Conner, Pittsburgh's D maybe, and maybe a few other guys. But so that sucks. Jabroni, probably biggest impact maybe to you, maybe to Dino, but nonetheless, they're out. So those guys aren't playing week 4. So I want to bring that up. Obviously, we'll talk more about that as that situation evolves. I don't know at this point. There's nothing we can really do, right? So they're bye. They're treated as a bye. So just got to bench them. Next thing I want to jump into, change it up a little bit. I want to talk a little bit we're not going to talk about standings right now. Obviously, we're 3 games in. Everybody has a pretty good evaluation of your team, everybody else's team. Everybody thinks they should be fucking 3-0, but some are 0-3. Nonetheless, I ain't going to talk about the standings, but I did want to kind of look back, and I was like, man, you know what? Let me pick 2 early season MVP studs, if you would, and then 2 just holy shit, what the hell happened to them? So I started with the studs, man. Obviously, I mean, it's no objection here, but we'll be Russell Wilson. So, Jabroni, dude, I think it was the 5th quarterback taking to him right before Kyler Murray. I think overall he was in the 7th round. Just looking back at how we used to take quarterbacks at that high, guys like Drew Brees and shit in top 10, what have you. Now you're talking about number 1 quarterback in the 7th round. So, it really is remarkable. So, Jabroni, lucky for you. And then I guess the next highest value I had, based off kind of where ADP was probably Calvin Ridley. So, Chuck, props to you on that. He looks like he is now the new Julio. I know that might rub you Julio fans kind of the wrong way, but in terms of his production, obviously, I know Julio's been banged up. So, props to you, Chuck. As far as our bust of the season, dude, I mean, once again, try not to state the obvious, but I just want to put this into perspective. So, obviously, Le'Veon Bell, right? So, I believe my boy Naughty took him maybe 3rd, 4th round. I could be a little skewed there. I want to say 3rd round, actually. Don't quote me on that. Nonetheless, Le'Veon's been banged up, nonetheless, and we all know that. So that's hampered his production. And then obviously the number 1 key factor is Adam Gase is an absolute moron. But, I was thinking about that. It's dude, you put that crap into perspective about, up to the time he got to the Jets, right? And then obviously he's out. But, he was a straight-up top 3 pick for, 6 years running. Just absolute monster. And then you think about, where he is currently and the fact that, he's not even sniffing flex consideration, I feel even when he comes back. He's been projected, 6.5 points and shit, I feel 10, 9, I don't know. But, a dude that's going to, arguably finish, running back, 56 for Le'Veon Bell. I don't know. Maybe I'm, just being a super hater on that. But that's obviously, big bust there. And then A.J. Green, Skrilla, big injury last year. Thought he was going to shake back. Young Joe slanging a rock. But they got kind of other talent there. I don't know that they ain't on the same page. I don't want to completely give up on them. But, man, definitely not what you expected on that front. So, like I said, so that was just some things I wanted to change up. We'll talk real quick about last week's recap. Obviously, that kind of spills over into the standings. So, me against Luke. We'll start there. Them boys went down to the Caps crew. Got him by about 65 points, dude. Solid performance. Dalvin Cook, James Robinson, super excited about him. And then just overall team did pretty solid. Allen Robinson, huge game. So, swap them boys now 1-2. 1-2. Next one we got is the skinny flutes getting by his cunt skin. Past Dino, 0.22 points. Literally beats him 171.6 to 171.38. I was actually praying to God that ESPN did a point adjustment on this one, Dino. Not just for you, just fuck you, Jabroni. But nonetheless, hey, man, it goes to 3-0. Russell's cooking right now, so he's on some shit. All right, next matchup we got Casey Boy, huge performance out of Patty. Saw that there might be a chance you couldn't pull out, but he's an absolute monster. I don't have, let's see, so 56.8 points, yeah. That's why you draft Patty, 10th overall. So Casey Boy, that keeps you away from getting a solid goose egg, and unfortunately, it brings you to 0-3. The Greek against SK, SK, huge performance out of Tyler Lockett at 3 TDs, 36.5 points. Looking solid across the board, SK. So Alex started out highest week 1, was 1-0 since 2-game skid, drops down to 1-2. And then lastly, man, my boy Skrilla can't catch a break. Thought Darrell Henderson, Robert Woods, and crew, Todd Gurley, maybe had my boy a chance. But nonetheless, dude, Butta's got him. Shit, just jumped on me. But nonetheless, I know Butta's had huge performance out of a bunch of guys. He got you by about 50 points. So Butta's team looking fairly hot, man. 2-1. So, all right. Talking about this week, right? So, still huge games on the line. Every week's huge. We all know that. So we'll talk about a few matchups, right? So this one I'll actually kind of get into a little bit and give you my little quote-unquote Matthew Berry analysis here. So me against Chuck, pulling it up. Obviously, Chuck still without McCaffrey. Looks like he's getting Kittle back. So a little plus-minus there. So I'm praying to God that, no offense, Chuck, he tweaks his fucking ankle here in the first 5 plays. But just looking at the matchups, man, seeing who's good, seeing, hey, DJ Chark's going to play, what he's going to do. Calvin, I know he was a little banged up, so hopefully that plays in my favor. Looking for a huge game out of Dalvin Cook and James Robinson again, man. So excited there. Obviously, in terms of the matchup, I'm going to go myself. I am starting David Johnson in the flex. I feel like my team's pretty solid start to bottom. I mean, I say I'm starting DJ. I guess Mostert is projected a little bit more right now, so we'll kind of see how that plays out. But nonetheless, I'm taking me. Chuck, I got you, bro. So, all right, next one we got is the Greek and them boys. All right, it's almost a dead-on projection, 127.3 for Alex to 126.3. My bad, hang on. I'm on this other. Anyway, it don't matter. I can't see their projections. It's like on the fantasy cash shit or something. But nonetheless, just high-level look at the matchups. Obviously, Alex, it looks like you're getting Devontae back. That's huge for you. Last time I checked, he's projected like 18 points. So, this new freaking 0.5, dude, I'll stop and pause there for a second. Look, I'm cool with it. Obviously, it's going to blow out every scoring record, points per season, probably overall points when it's all said and done. But goddamn, it's like, I wish we wouldn't decided that on draft night. Looking back, and I know I'm just bitching, but I'm gonna vent here for a second because I can. Because you look at like how I drafted, right? And it's like you took somebody like D-Hop. It's like, holy shit, dude. He's like would be equivalent to probably like running back 7 right now. You know. I mean, maybe even higher than that. I don't know, but nonetheless, he is just scoring outside his box right now, and it's crazy how that we're gonna draft differently in terms of going back to valuing and shit our receivers, but nonetheless, Devontae Adams is in that same category. He's an 18-point type guy. So is D-Hop. It's just crazy since they get that 0.5. But the Greek, man. I think, dude, if your team plays, you should be solid, dude. I mean, you got Galladay back in the lineup. Jared Goff against the Giants. He should shred him. Pukey Lukey, dude. I don't know, man. I mean, I'm not trying to hate on Lamar. He's playing Washington. He should bounce back and absolutely shred him. But I don't know. I'm good with Alex on this one. Devontae shakes back as a big game. Pukey, you going to 1-3. Alex, you stepping back to 2-2. All right. Fear the Beard. Eno disqualified. Dylan against Casey Boy. Dylan, huge projections out the gates. 140.1 to 118. So it's 22 points he's looking at. I'm looking at his squad. Throwing in, rolling with 2 Packers. He's got Allen Lazard in there. Obviously, it seems that Josh Allen's projection just outside of his box. He's really another one I probably should have put as a boom for the year, early season MVP. Absolutely killing it. I just feel like that's going to cool off and he's going to come back down to reality when they start playing some better teams. Gets a little colder, but nonetheless, Casey Boy, looking at your squad, man, banged up. Chris Carson's probably out. Mark Ingram certainly not getting the touches that he did. Jarvis, pretty mutant there. And then you roll with AP. But Casey Boy, man, struggling right now. This week and many more weeks moving forward, I'm thinking you need 75 out of Patty to get you a solid season. But I'm gonna go with Dylan on this one. Until I said last week or the week before that I thought Dylan's team had a little lead in their pencil. I'll call it like that. So I'm gonna say the old beards fucking squeak it by and go to 3-1. Next one we got God's Gift and Vaginosaurus Rex. All right, so projection wise. Same kind of thing. SK projected to slap Skrilla by about 23, if my math is correct. So, SK some pretty good matchups. Zeke against Cleveland, Deshaun against Minnesota, whose defense is just quite frankly not what we were expecting. I've already talked about D-Hop. You got Reek. And Tyler Lockett, man. I mean, hey, SK, solid little lineup, dude. If Dave Montgomery just puts up 15 for you a week, I'll see you, bastard. And then Skrilla, dude, my boy's been struggling. Obviously losing Saquon, huge hit. But Darrell Henderson, Hell, if he can crank you out 20 a week, Skrilla, that's the best you can hope for. But and you need AJ Green to step up, like we already talked about. And Gardner Minshew, what can he do for you? So unfortunately, Skrilla, yeah, I got to go with SK on this one. So SK, I hate to say it, but I'm saying you stay undefeated, you bastard. Naughty Boy against Dino. So Dino, man, obviously got clipped last week. Naughty Boy still looking for that first dub, despite him getting like solid performances out of Aaron Rodgers. I know Mike's questionable this week. Hopefully, if he gets him back, get a little flow to the lineup. Excited to see what the legend does tonight. Old Frank Gore in the flex, dude. I'm feeling 62 and a touch. No, I'm just calling it. I'm feeling 62 and a touch out of him. Pray to God to play some decent defense. Don't get down a bunch early on, and he's got a chance to hit that stat line. Probably not. Probably more like 9 for like 36. But nonetheless. But Dino, man, obviously losing James Conner, big hit to you. I see you got Leonard in there. He's banged up. But Dino, hey, bro, solid team. This is the week I'm calling it. Joe Mixon scores a touchdown for you, and Dino, you get back to 500 right there. And I guess it's the last one, but the old skin flutes. Butter's trying to take you down. Butter's got you as of now as far as a small projection lead. 3 points, 131.3 to 128. So Chris, obviously big loss by Derrick Henry. And I guess, quote-unquote, the Pittsburgh's D for that matter. So Julio, Will Fuller banged up. I see you run with your little boy Gaskin. Old Miami little worm, little water bug. But, hey, man, he might be able to get, 15 for you. We'll see. And then Butters, man, dude, Kamara, another one I could have put up there for early season MVP. Absolutely killing it. Man, he's so lethal after the catch, man. He's looking great. Other than that, Butters, Stephon Diggs, dude, been producing. Odell, not producing. Thank God I didn't draft him. And then I see you rolling Anthony Miller in the flex. So, Butters, I got to roll with you because I always want to see the skin flutes, a.k.a. the jabronis, lose. So, Butters, let's go, baby. Get to 3-1 with me and a few of these other cats. I guess the jabronis will be there, and then SK is going to be fucking just sitting there smiling, dude, thinking this team's so good at 4-0. So, anyway, all right. So, that's the projections for the week. Like I said, man, I know trade-wise, it's probably kind of, I don't know. It's just like a weird time right now, trade. I know everybody's throwing out little feelers. Hey. Chuck's over there friggin' hitting with the algorithms. It says, pi times 2, to the third power says that it gives me a 0.0006% chance of winning the championship. But nonetheless, I'm really excited. Like, I think here in the next, week, 2 weeks, another injury or two, and then, bam, the trade dynamics back on. But right now, everybody's kind of, trying to wait and see on their teams. That's cool. Sit back, play free agency a little bit, see how it goes. But it damn sure is about to start being bet season. So I'm about to start throwing down. Chuck, I'm going to see you tonight, hopefully. If you want to kick this thing off, I'm all about it. Nonetheless, man, let's talk some shit, as always. And also, too, man, when we need to recap and see about these bets, because if I'm not mistaken, I still feel like my boy Skrilla needs to go hang out with my boy, the Trump supporter on Clearview. But I could be wrong on that. But if y'all with me, I think we need to bring that back up to the forefront. But nonetheless, boys, here we go. Let's enjoy it. Unfortunately, it's a crappy game tonight. The Jets and the Broncos. Nonetheless, my boy Noah Fant, he's going to be catching from me, throwing passes out there. He's going to get him 60 yards, 6 catches, 56 and a touch. You heard it here first at the Caps corner. Week 4, let's go.